Alrighty, welcome everybody. I hope everyone's having a good week. I know here in Albuquerque it's getting a little bit chilly. It was really nice for a couple of days, but we've got a little bit of a cloudy, rainy, cold front coming in tonight. So, but it's supposed to be clearing through and getting better soon. So anyway, welcome everybody. My name is Julie Brown. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if this is your first time watching me on Facebook, welcome. Some of you may be watching the replay on YouTube, and welcome to you as well. For all of you, if you have any questions, you can type in comment. Now, Facebook is live, so if I see the comments, I will actually answer them right away. You can also type in the comments and let me know you're here. That way I can see if there's anyone on with me, and yeah. So let's take care of some housekeeping while we're waiting for everybody to get online with me. So for those of you that will be placing orders through me, there's the hostess code there. And you can order at juliebrown.stampinup.net. I have an email address that is Julie's Creative Stampin' without the G @gmail.com. My Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram pages are all Julie's Creative Stamping. And then my YouTube channel is a little bit different. You have to type in Julie Brown and then a dot and then Julie's Creative Stamping. I also have a blog that I've been working on that has a lot of really fun articles, has a lot of instructions on how to make specific cards with specific stamp sets. And you can check that blog out anytime. And some of the articles are still in process and they'll be up and running soon, but there are quite a few articles that are really helpful about cleaning stamps, taking care of your stamps, how to stamp, how to not. How many of you guys get those little mirror images or the little halos when you're stamping? I have a really good article about not getting that and how to properly put the pressure down when you're stamping. So that might be something that you want to look at if that's something that you struggle with. Alrighty, so tonight, what I've been doing these last few weeks of December is I've been going through the mini catalog, the current mini catalog, because I know everyone's anxiously awaiting. We've got Celebration and a new mini catalog coming January. But hey, Susie. But we do have a lot of stamp sets that are still available that I personally did not have time to play with. So I'm still trying to play with those. So just in case there's something that you missed in the catalog, I want to make sure that I have covered all of that for you guys and that I get them all covered. So last week I did Always With Me. And I included the whale watching. So if you missed that video, you can check out you can go to that juliebrown.julie's Creative Stamping on my YouTube channel, and that information is there. Also, I am running a special for December. So anybody who places an order with me of $50 or more in December, you will get sent to you digitally via email. You'll have to send me or make sure you put your email address in when you place your order. You will get free PDFs for everything that I am doing in all the cards that I have shown in December. All right, so let's look at what we're working with tonight. So tonight it is the Warmest Hearts bundle, and it's this cute little thermos. And I just really love this set because, again, I think this was one that probably a lot of people overlooked. But it's very versatile. I mean, there's a get well, there's a thanks, there's a you warm my heart. You could add a Christmas sentiment to this. You can do it as a birthday card. And it just has all of these little fun things that you can add to your thermos. Now, the dies coordinate really well with this. So all of these little tiny pieces all have a die that cuts it out. These two little rectangles right here cut out these two sentiments. And then this is a stamped image and a stamped image. Now this one here cuts out this stamped image. Then we have this and this and this and this and this are all standalone dies, which means it doesn't necessarily cut out something that you've stamped. So it's a really versatile set. And so what I wanted to do tonight was show you some cards that you probably wouldn't have thought about doing with this set. And so let's get started. I think I may only have time to do 2 of the cards, but I will show you all 4 that I have designed. All right, So the first one I do want to tell you. So the first one I'm actually bringing in, I love this sentiment stamp set, and this is in the annual catalog. But it's got a lot of really fun sentiments. So if you've missed this, you might want to check this out as well. I always tell everybody it's really good to have sentiment stamp sets, because that way, no matter what you're working with, you can make anything into, if you need a sympathy card, if you need an anniversary, a birthday, a thank you, as long as you have some good sentiment stamp sets, you'll be able to make anything that you want. All right, so I'm going to bring in some cherry cobbler, and I've done some of the work ahead of time. Now, I did bring in a piece of designer series paper, and this is from that St. Nicholas, what's it called? Traditions of St. Nick. It was an online item, and it matched up with that St. Nicholas. So if you guys got the St. Nicholas bundle, you might want to check this out if it's still available. To be honest with you, I'm not sure, because things are flying off the counter, flying off the shelves very quickly. But like the other side is that super cute. But I just thought this would go with this card really good. So I did pull in that designer series paper. All right, so what we're going to do for this one is we're going to start with a piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to bring in black Memento ink. And we're going to bring in the thermos, and I'm going to ink that up really good. Maybe. I'm still getting used to, for those of you that don't know, I'm traveling between Farmington, New Mexico and Albuquerque, so I'm still trying to get used to my stamp studio down here as far as lighting and everything. So sometimes I look up and I look right into the light and it blinds me. For 2 hot seconds. So a good policy or a good habit to get into is making sure that you're stamping off your stamp it off until you don't see any ink, and then clean it, because it's just going to be less wear and tear on your chamois. So for those of you that don't know, these are our chamois. They come in this really pretty purple, but obviously the more you use it, the more it looks like this. This does not affect how well it cleans. You just rinse it out to get all of the ink out. Now, understand I do stamp classes, so my chamois all look like what you just saw. All right, then I'm going to bring in this other stamped image, and we're going to bring in cherry cobbler ink. And you'll notice I kind of have the old version of our ink pads. And that's, again, because I had to split my studio between Farmington and Albuquerque. And so I brought some of my older stamp pads down here. And so we're just going to line that up. Oh, I think I'm outside the lines. I got outside the lines a little bit, but that'll be fine. All right, so there's that right there. Again, we're going to stamp, stamp, stamp until I really don't see any ink on there anymore, and we're going to clean that off. And remember, if you guys have any questions or any comments, you can just let me know. So what I wanted to make a get well card, and so I'm going to grab the little sentiment that says get well, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. And again, I'm going to use cherry cobbler ink. And I'm just going to bring this down. Hopefully you can still see it and my head won't get right in the middle of it. And we're just going to stamp that right up there in the top of that thermos. I love that these, the thanks and the get well soon both fit right in the tops of those thermoses. All right, so now I'm going to bring in the die cut machine, because all the other pieces are going to be the standalone pieces that I need. And you guys are going to see something you haven't seen in a while. I'm excited. So hold on. Oh, I hope I didn't lose one of those just now. Hold on. Looking for pieces. All right, I'm hoping it's around here somewhere. All right, so I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And you guys are going to be so shocked. Right? It looks like I don't have any plates, because this is what they look like when you first get them. They're so pretty and so shiny. You guys are used to seeing mine that have been well used and abused. But they, and just understand, yours will last a lot longer than mine because, again, I teach classes. And so I have a lot of people that are using my die cut machines, constantly cutting on them. But my plates still last me a long time before I do finally break down and switch. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get this on here. And I'm just going to get that positioned. All right, and then I'm going to bring in this little piece here, this piece here, and where's the other one? And this piece here. So I need all of these cut out, so we're going to do that all together. And then I'm going to put, so when I'm doing this, I know I haven't said this in a long time, so our bases are really good because it has, I'll show it to you in a second, but it has directions. So when we're cutting, when we're die cutting, you want to use the base plate, which is 1, and then this die cutting plate, which is number 2, and then you're going to use 2 of the clear plates or the number 3 plates. All right, and we're going to run that through. You almost don't want to do this the first time because, and all that cracking is normal, so don't panic when you hear that. If you've just gotten a die cut machine and you hear that, don't panic because that is normal. All right, so let's get all of this out of here and put these pieces over here. Oh, where'd that go? All right. All right, so we're going to get that little piece out. Put my white paper over there, and I don't know if I cut myself. I don't think I did. I need a piece of cherry cobbler, so let me grab that really quick. Yep, you can see I already cut one out of this piece. So we're going to cut this thermos out of the cherry cobbler. I'm going to run this through. And we're going to have this piece right here. All right. And then some of the other things, I did use the deckled circle dies with this as well. And again, I like to show you guys like all the different ways that you can use either what's new and then what's old, or just what's new coming out, how you can combine all these different things together and create great cards. Now see all these fun little things, you can save all of these. I was thinking the other day these would make some really cute eyes for something, but you can save that if you want to. Okay, so now I'm going to just bring in the card base. And we are going to fold that. And then what I'm going to do is bring in that designer series paper. And we are going to adhere that right like this onto a piece of basic white. And again, you can use, any paper that you have on hand. Or if you were thinking about getting the St. Nicholas paper and you really love this card, that's something to look at. One of the other things I want to show you guys too is keep reminding you that we have online items that aren't in the catalogs, and you do need to go to, you can go to my juliebrown.stampinup.net and click on online exclusives so that you can see all those online exclusives. Okay, so then what I wanted to do is I wanted to wrap this with some of that natural ribbon. And this is the ribbon that comes with that really pretty copper, like metallic ribbon. It comes in it's bundled together. So you get this, and then you get that copper ribbon. Again, guys, I have been trying to keep track of what's what's still in stock and what's not in stock, but you know, a lot of things are going on the clearance rack. There's, you know, things on the last chance products, which this is a last chance product. And so it's just really hard to always keep track of what's in stock and what's not out of stock, or what's out of stock. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and add a little more adhesive here with my Stampin' Seal Plus. This is my favorite tape runner one, is the Stampin' Seal Plus. And you'll notice I go over that ribbon again, just to give it a little extra. So if you do kind of go over the edge, you can just kind of curl it back in place. All right, so we're going to lay this down like so. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and build. This was with the deckled circle. And for those of you that don't know, this is kind of cool because it has that like curved edge to it. So I really like this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put together this thermos. This thermos is going to be the one that's open. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So we're going to add a little bit of our liquid glue here. And we're going to grab this little piece here. And it's just going to fit right over that piece, like so. Alrighty, and then we're going to take this piece and do the same thing. We're just going to add just a little bit of liquid glue in kind of all those bigger spaces. And then this is going to kind of be the decoration on this thermos. Isn't this cool? I just love all these little pieces. I kind of like paper piecing, so this is kind of right down my alley. All right, so then what I want to do is I want to take this one, and I want this one to kind of curve to the right. So I'm going to bring in my, basically this and this are the exact same thing. I have just transferred some of this into this so that I have a finer tip to work with. And you can find those, you can't buy them separately. I think they come in packs of 10. But yeah, but those can be really handy. All right, so we're going to stick this one like so. And then we're going to take this one, and it's going to go on top of it. And this is another thing to think about too, is a lot of you may have a lot of your designer series paper left over from Christmas. And, you know, we have two sides to everything. And sometimes one side isn't necessarily like shouting Christmas as the other side. And so think about that when you are designing cards, and, you know, pull out some of that maybe designer series paper that you might have left over from your Christmas stock, and use it, you know, turn it, like this one had the little stockings on one side, but it's really pretty and it works really well for this on the other side. All right, I was using my spatula end earlier, so I need to flip it back over. This is, for those of you that have never seen this, this is our Take Your Pick tool. And so what I'm going to do is anytime that I'm trying to put something over ribbon, the ribbon already is kind of lifted up. So when I'm putting my dimensionals, I'm only going to put them on the top and on the bottom, and I'm going to leave a little alleyway for the ribbon to sit in. That way it kind of levels out the ribbon, because if I were to put a dimensional right here, it's going to make the center higher than the rest of this circle. I mean, there's some times where you can do it because the ribbon is so thin, it doesn't really affect it. But this one is, this ribbon is a little bit thicker and it does affect. All right. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to position that ribbon so that it goes down that alleyway that I left for it. Then we're going to bring in this. So this is basically the top of the thermos, right? But now it's going to be looking like it's a little cup because they've opened it. So I need to put some dimensionals right here, and I'm just going to cut one of these little corners here from the side, because we always use every tiny piece here. This set reminds you of your grandpa Walter. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. He had a thermos like this that he took to work. Oh, that's cool. Good memories, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dimensional here because it's going to be sitting down here. And then on this side, I'm going to add some liquid glue because that will put that will hold on to this over here. That's kind of a lot of glue. Let me see if I can spread that out a little bit. The one thing you don't want to do is have a big clump of liquid glue right by the edge. That's what makes it kind of squeeze out, and then you have to kind of clean it up later. All right, so we're going to take this, and then we're just going to kind of stick this right here. And then these are this image right here. And I stamped it on white and I colored it in with Cherry Cobbler and Mossy Meadow. And so now I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to kind of decorate 3 of the corners with these. Now, if I was giving this to a man, I would probably stop here and maybe put some like black embellishments on here just to make it look more masculine. But I wanted to show you how, even though these kind of tended to be a little masculine colors, I'm going to show you how you can fancy it up and make it so that it would work for a woman as well. So you could leave it without the flowers, or you can add these little flowers, and this is one of the stamp sets in the set. Whoops. All right, so then that's the front, and I'll show you the inside because I've already done the inside for the other card. And so this is that Wishing You Comfort, came from that Hope You Know stamp set. And then I just stamped the thermos down there. So how cute is that, right? So here's your front. And again, if you didn't add the flowers, this would be a perfect masculine card. And then there's your inside. Wishing You Comfort. All right, card 1. What do you guys think? All right, so the next card is a little whimsical. You guys know I like the earth tone colors, which is what I just showed you. The Regals are my absolute favorite family of colors. So I decided I needed to go a little outside my box, and I needed to, so I did this one, and then there's another one I'm going to show you. So I'm bringing in some of the bright colors for this one. And this is going to be a really fun one too. All right, so I brought in the Azure Afternoon. This one kind of makes me think of the 70s. I gotta tell you. And then for this one, I brought in, oh, what is this paper called? It is is it the Brightest and Beautiful DSP? And so this was cut smaller, so we're just going to mount this on here. So is it already looking kind of 70s to you? I kind of reverted back to my 70 days on this one. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my videos a little bit shorter right now because I know everyone's so busy with Christmas. So I'm going to show you how I made this one, and then I'm going to show you 2 more cards that I made with this set, just so that you can see the versatility of this set. And again, I'm going to just get this and stick it on the front. So, usually all of us have, we buy the designer series paper, and some of us like to hoard it because, we don't ever want to cut it because it looks so pretty. That's not me. And, but, that's, I just am trying to show you guys how to, take designer series paper and mix and match it with all the stamp sets that are in. So this is the nested, Nested Essentials dies. This is one of my favorite ones because you guys know I love anything that's stitched, right? So this is the Nested Essential dies, and it has these shapes, it has the rectangle shapes, and it has the banner shapes. Love, love, love this set. All right, and so what I'm gonna do now, get ready. Are you ready? So I stamped and colored this thermos and already cut it out, but tell me that this doesn't just speak 70s. So I used that flower and I stamped the flowers, and then I colored with blends all the way around. So are we feeling the 70s vibe? Oh, I need to go ahead and stamp this with that. It's got a really fun sentiment that goes with this. And it says, "You warm my heart." I love that. Because I mean, think about it. It says, you warm my heart. You could do this for your spouse. You could do this for your friend. You could do this for a grandchild, a child, a mom, a dad. I mean, this sentiment goes with anybody in your life. And for any occasion as well. Susie, it reminds you of some bell-bottom pants you had. The belt was a yellow sash. See, it's not just me. Like, I started doing it and I thought, ooh, I think I'm like reverting back to my 70s. All right, so I wanted to do a banner on the end, and so you can use a banner punch if you have it, but I always want to show people how you can use your snips. So basically you just cut straight up the center, and then you come from this corner and cut straight to the center, and then you're going to go to this corner and cut straight, if I can be straight to the center. All right, and then you just pull those out and you've got your little banner. So that's a quick way to do a banner if you don't have a banner punch. You know me, I always tell everybody, invest in a banner punch because you're going to use them a lot. All right, so now I'm just going to glue this onto this. But as you'll notice, I need to put a little bit of liquid glue there because I need to position this as I position my thermos. So that thermos is going to kind of fit right in the center. And then I'm going to take this, and I want that to go behind. And I'll show you a little trick. I lined this up on my grid paper so that I could make sure that my banner was straight by lining it up with the line above and below. So I don't know if you can see the grid paper that well. All right, so we're just going to stick this down. Then we're going to bring in our dimensionals again. And this time we're going to kind of use quite a few here. All right, so I'm going to just put quite a few dimensionals. And some of the reasons that I do, I mean, there's some times where I don't use a lot of dimensionals, and then there's some times where I do. And it really all just depends on, you know, is this a card I think I'm going to mail to somebody? Because I want to put a lot of dimensionals, because when it goes through that little rolly contraption at the post office, it's going to push it down. And if you don't have enough dimensionals on here, it's going to stay down and it won't kind of pop up. So this is probably one I kind of already know who I'm going to be sending this to. So I kind of already knew this one was going to go in the mail. So I just kind of plan for that when I'm designing cards. Like, is this one I think I will mail, or is this one I think I'm going to give to somebody that I can hand deliver? So then I'm just using that take your pick tool to get the tops of those papers off. Alrighty, and then we're just gonna flip this over, and we are going to try to center this top and bottom. And I already know that this is straight, but I need to scoot it over just a little bit because I want that tip of that banner to like be right on that edge. All right, so there's the front of that card. I kept this one kind of simple, and then let me show you the inside. And so this one is a thank you card. So there's the inside for this one. Yeah, Susie, I did get the glass mat. I'm just having a problem using it when I do my demonstrations because the light reflects back into my camera. So I'm still working those little things out. But you're right. The Stampin' Up, we have a great, it's for people who are going to join my team and join Stampin' Up. And they have this beautiful glass mat that is a pretty big size, and there's so many things you can do on that glass mat, but I will be demonstrating that closer to the end of December. I'm going to show you guys all the different things you can do on that mat. All right, so here's this, You Warm My Heart, and thanks. So there's that card. All right, the next two cards I'm not actually going to make for you. I'm just going to show you what I did because I wanted to do a masculine one, of course, right? And I thought, I mean, once I made this card, I thought of a kabillion other things, a kabillion other ways to make it masculine. But for this one, I brought in this big, this is one, it's a big stamp, and it's called Fragrant Forest. Now, I don't think this is on the last chance, but remember, the one this Warmest Hearts is. But what I did was I stamped that, and then I just did this, and I colored this with Mossy Meadow. I did the little, stamped this on the inside and colored it, and it says, You Warm My Heart. And then, oops, there's all the pieces. And then it says, Happy Anniversary. So this would be a really good one to, you know, for you to give to your spouse because they do warm your heart. And then Happy Anniversary. And then I stamped those trees at an angle down here in this corner. All right, so there's that one. Again, I'm just trying not to keep everybody too long, and whoops, because I know everyone's busy. So this next one is a little crazy, so get ready. So before I even show you, I'm going to show you, I used this piece, and then I used the deckled circles again. And here's my, I think I reverted back to childhood for this one. I think that's what I did. Are we ready? So it's all sunshine and rainbows. And so I did the thermos. I stamped all the rainbows, and then I colored it in with blends. And then I did the background. I made the background with the rainbows and the sun. And then to do this, You Warm My Heart, because this is actually this long stamp. And so what I did was I masked it off. So I masked off this part, and then I just stamped it so I could stamp it up and down this way so that it would fit on this circle. But you can see how I used all these little pieces to help decorate it. I added some of our iridescent pearls. And so this is my childhood. So I went from 70s back to childhood. And then here's the inside. This is a thank you one. All right, so how cool is that? And now this one, guys, would have made a really cute happy birthday as well, that you could give to your kids, because believe it or not, they do. I mean, my grandkids know what thermoses are. You know, I've told them this is what I used to take when I went to school in my lunchbox. Remember, we had those lunch boxes that had the thermoses in them. I've actually shown my grandkids some of those. So anyway, so here's all of the cards that I did with this set. And again, guys, there's especially the masculine, you could add this with the, what's the one that we have? If you guys have any of the He's All That left over, you could add it with that, some of that designer series paper. You can use the fishing one that we have right now in the catalog, would be really good with this one. And it would make a really fun card for a man. All right, so this is the bundle that we're talking about tonight. It's the Warmest Heart bundle. And there's all my different ideas on how to use these thermoses and make these cards super, super cute. So does anybody have any questions? So while you're looking at this, I'm going to do a sneak peek. I've made 3 cards with one of our celebration items. So for those of you that don't know what celebration is Stampin' Up! Runs a celebration. Here it is. and it runs from January 4th to February 29th. So you get to earn free products during that time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 cards that I've made now. After Christmas, I am going to start actually showing you how I made these cards, and I'm going to start showing you a lot of these celebration products. Oh, Susie, I'm so glad you love the forest one. So, but anyway, so celebration is coming. That's also where you can join. And through the celebration is when you get that glass mat. And I'll be showing you guys that glass mat next week. So I know it's going to be right after Christmas, but unfortunately I don't get to go home for Christmas because my husband came down with COVID and I'm down here with my mom in Albuquerque. So we're going to be hanging here. We had huge plans for the whole family to come together this year. And yeah, now my house is under quarantine, so I won't be going home for Christmas. So that song, I'll be home for Christmas, yeah, not happening here. Okay, so this is, it's called Watermelon, Watercolor Melon. So I'm going to show you a couple cards that I've made with this, just so I can let you guys know. So this is one of the free stamps. This watermelon stamp is one of the free stamps that you can get. So here's one card with it. And I did combine it with some other sets. So this says, sending you lots of loves and hugs, and I hope your day is filled with joy. So again, this could be a birthday card. And then this one, I combined it with a set from our online. I think it's called Furry. Hold on. I've got them all right here. Fluffiest Friends. And I wanted to make a birthday card with all the little critters that might be in the garden hanging out with your watermelon. And so here's the little rabbit holding a cupcake and the little ground squirrel and a bird. And then it says, enjoy your day, and there's a beaver eating a piece of watermelon. So how cute is that? Okay, and then I made this one, and I kind of did some curvy things here on the end. You are the sunshine that brightens so many of my days. And then this is a happy birthday card. Whoops. Okay, so that's a sneak peek of one of the free items that you can get when you spend $50 or more starting in January through celebration. But don't forget, if you spend $50 or more with me between now and the end of December, you will get the PDFs for all of the cards that you see me doing in the next few weeks. Yeah, I love the beaver eating watermelon. Isn't it cute? So anyway, guys, as usual, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to put up my contact information one more quick time. So if you're going to place an order with me this month, please make sure you use that December hostess code. And that will ensure that you get those free PDFs for this month. And you can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. And then there's all my other information there. And if you forget what channel you watch this on, you can always go to my YouTube channel. It's juliebrown.julie's Creative Stamping, and all of the videos that I do end up on my YouTube channel. All right, so hey, not bad. I took 38 minutes of your time tonight, and hopefully I showed you some things about that Warmest Heart set that you know, maybe you missed it completely in the catalog. But again, you know, my job as a demonstrator is to show you the potential of all of these different sets. And then it's up to you to decide whether it's for you or not. But I wanted to make sure that I got some of these done and ready for you, because I really, really did not want you guys coming to me saying, oh my gosh, I missed that one. You didn't show me that one. So, and if you missed my one about the Always With Me, I did that one last week. It is up on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out as well. Anyway, guys, I thank you so much for being here with me, and I won't be talking to you until after Christmas. So everybody have a Merry Christmas. Please, if you're with your families, enjoy that time with them. Give everybody big hugs, and enjoy your time together. So, yeah, I think my mom and I are going to be watching. She loves football. My mom loves football. So I think we're going to be watching football since we're not going to have any kids to make it that special moment. I always think kids make Christmas just that little extra special. So everybody have a Merry Christmas. For those of you that are my customers, my loyal customers and part of my team, thank you so much. I appreciate the way that you support me in this business. And I do have I had a fun Christmas surprise for you, but now that I'm not going to be home, it may have to be a fun New Year's surprise. So I'll be talking to you guys soon about that. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Talk to you soon. Bye.